Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook land? I hope y'all can hear me all right. It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. And we are back with another show, y'all. Listen, we're going to be doing something a little deeper today, right? So over here, we like to have a conversation and dive down deep into these conversations that's affecting our community, right, in the Black community. So we're going to dive into it tonight. But I'm not by myself, y'all. I am not by myself. I got some friends with me. First of all, I have with me tonight the one, the only, the lovely Antoinette. Say something to the people, Antoinette.
Hey y'all, greetings and good evening. It's a pleasure to be here as always. God willing that the creek did not rise. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. How are you feeling?
I can't complain. I cannot complain.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. But I hope you're not mad at me after this show goes off. You feel me?
Oh Lord. All right now.
Yeah, I want all the smoke tonight. I want all the
All of
smoke.
it. You chose
Yeah.
violence, huh?
Yes, absolutely. But we got another friend with us. My friend, my brother, we got Pastor Rob back with us tonight. Say something to the people, Pastor Rob.
Hey, how y'all doing on tonight, man? I'm actually writing some notes down and some questions, some valid questions about it tonight, man, just to really dive into it because this is really a good subject to talk about on tonight. So I'm excited about tonight. So They may get mad at me tonight too, Doc, but it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is, man. We about to, Pastor Rob, you got some headphones, man?
Yes, sir. About to throw them on, man.
All right, that's what's up. Yo, listen, I need y'all to hit the like button. I need y'all to hit the subscribe button, please. Please do that for us. Help the algorithm out, y'all. Oh, and I need y'all to comment in the comment section because we want to hear from you as well. All right, we want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your comments and see if we can't get the conversation started. But yo, we got somebody else in the building. We've got our sister, the Alabama church girl. Say something to the people, Val.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama church girl here first, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. To all the leaders, saints, and friends, please hurry up and get on in.
Y'all heard what the lady said. Hurry up and get on in. Shout out to Gabrielle White in the comment section. She says, "Good evening to the hosts. Looking forward to tonight's show. Thank you so much." Oh, and she says she taking notes too, Pastor Rob. She taking notes too. This is going to be good. So yeah, share the broadcast. Don't forget to comment down below and don't forget to hit that like button for us, please. Now, let's get right up into it. Let me tell you what's on my mind, right? Settling is what's on my mind. And when we hear this word settling, right, when it comes to love, dating, and relationships, we oftentimes like to think that this is something negative, right? So I know y'all are looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail of the broadcast. Is it settling or is it just reality? So I've seen a lot of ladies recently in a lot of these spaces say the things that they want, and they will have a list a mile long. Matter of fact, I heard Kendra G say to a lady the other day that she needs to go draw her man alongside that list because he doesn't exist. That's the only way she gonna see him if she draw him. You know what I'm saying? So I got a kick out of that. I thought that was pretty funny. So this thing about settling, you always hear "don't settle," right? Or "oh, I'm settling," and it does have a negative connotation to it because if your partner, your spouse, significant other, heard you say that they settled for them, they wouldn't feel good about that, right? I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I know I would feel away, and I'm sure y'all would feel away too. So is it settling or is it just reality? Meaning reality as in adjusting your standards. That's where I want to start with first. Is it settling or is it just adjusting your standards? Let's see. Let's start with Antoinette.
So I think it has a lot to do with in what stage you are in your relationship. And when we become complacent, is what really teeters you to the place of settling or adjusting, or is this reality? Now, it could be a mix of both, from being from New Orleans, it's a gumbo. And it depends on which situation is in its present tense in the relationship. So if you already have a goal in mind, you meet your little partner, your little spoogie, whatever, and you're like, all right, they don't like A, B, C, D, and E, F, G. So what I'm gonna do is H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and adjust so that way we could have some peace in the valley. Now, is that adjustment being something that you are taking away from who you are in your authentic self? Not necessarily, because you still gonna give a little bit of touch of who you are. This is still part of your reality, and it depends on how that bond is either gonna weaken or it's going to strengthen depending upon which situation arises. Now with this settling, I don't really like the settling aspect to it because it, to me, downplays who you are and what you're looking for. Now, if that person is not for you, then that's not your person. And it's okay because emotions come into any relationship. But the thing is, are you able to deal with those emotions for a lifetime is what matters. And when you have your pros and cons, that list of your pros and cons, what are you going to be able to accept, genuinely adjust to on a day-to-day basis? Is this settling going to put you in a predicament where you're having to check yourself 24/7? Nobody wants to be, well, I wouldn't want to be in a position that has me settling for who I am authentically and having to debate, okay, am I having to draw back on who I am in order to make this other person comfortable, to where this is now causing a festering argument internally? And I don't want to live like that. So that settling aspect, I'm not really a fan of. So if you're going to be in your reality and your truth, then that person who is designed for you is going to be able to mix into your reality. So the reality is, hey, our behaviors aren't always going to coincide, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be love, and it's going to be, you're going to be able to function. And that's the whole point. Are you able to function every day with this person with these adjustments that still keep into your true self? So I'm not with the settling at all. We can't hear you.
Struggle, struggle,
Struggle.
struggle, streaming already. Okay, I can dig that, Antoinette. I like what you said. Alabama Church Girl, what do you think? It's on you.
So, JD, I can't
Mm-hmm.
get with either one of them. I'm not settling and I'm not adjusting any standards. The price is the price. It
Mm-hmm.
is what it
Okay.
is. I'm not adjusting any standards. There are some things when it comes to relationships, there are some aspects and attributes of a partner that you must be rigid on, which means you have to know yourself first to understand what and who would be compatible with you. And there are some things about myself that's not going to change. There, I'm a woman of a particular age, and there's some things about my personality, about my character, about my expectations that are just not going to change. And I'm very rigid on those things. I will not adjust any standard when it comes to those things. You will love me. we will we will live in peace. I tell you all the time, I don't like to fuss, I don't like to argue, I don't like a hostile home. When I walk outside of these doors, I gotta face a world that's hostile. I gotta face a world that I'm always at war and always having to watch over my shoulder. When I come home, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Everybody gonna live in peace, and everything must be done decently and in order in the house. That's just the way it is. Like I said, there's some things about my personality that will not change, my expectations that will not change, and I will not compromise. Absolutely, Gabrielle.
Mm-hmm.
But there also, when you come into a relationship with anybody and in partnership with anybody, you got to know that this is a growing being. So there are some aspects of people interacting with each other that you have to be malleable about. You know, um, my thought pattern and process has evolved over time. So, those things we have to be fluid. And that's okay. But I'm not settling. I don't consider myself settling on anything. I don't even like the term, like I said, I'm a woman of a particular age. This is not my first marriage, but you know how when you are a more mature adult, people like to say, "Oh, you finally settling down." Girl, if you don't get out of here with that, I don't even like that term because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't out here wilding out. You know what I mean? I was just living my life and taking it gracefully. So I didn't have to settle down because I wasn't a rowdy girl, you know? So no, I don't like the term settling. I don't like the term adjusting standards. I won't say that I will ever adjust any standards. But what I will say, JD, I don't have a long list, like you mentioned before. But there are some things that I just expected, that I really go to God, and I went to God in prayer. This is what I want in my life. I refuse to be with anybody that cannot provide these attributes to or add to my life. So, with that being stated, in my mind picture, I saw black love. That was my mind picture. But when God presented it, it wasn't that. It was interracial love. And I will say, I will never say I settled. What I do say is my options opened up. I opened up my options to receive everything that I wanted in something that looked in someone who looked different from what I expected.
Okay, well, before we go to Pastor Rob, let me ask you this. Different than what you expected, right? So
Hmm.
we hear a lot of ladies say that they won't date a man or consider being with a man unless he's 6 feet tall or better, right?
Let me
Some,
clarify. Let me clarify, because when I say different than what I expected, he's still 6 feet. He's still
but
a
but
good man. I don't like no skinny dude.
but you know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah,
So like, if it
and
comes
then
in a
JD,
different
when it comes,
package, if
yeah,
it if
what I'm saying is he's a white guy.
mm,
I That wasn't in my mind picture. Although I
mm,
never had. He's not the first white guy I dated. I never had any issues with dating outside of my race. But when it comes to culture and lifestyle, I just saw black love. That's what my
mm.
mind picture gave me. But that's is different from where I am. My options opened up.
Okay.
But back to what you were saying when it comes to the cosmetics of it all, JD, if we just put him in a tanning bed, because he Greek, so his skin is not white.
Mhm.
He got a little color to him. So if we put him in a tanning bed, he would look very similar. He could fall in line with guys I've previously dated. I clearly have a type. The bald head, the beard,
Mhm.
the big guy. Over six
Mhm.
feet. Yeah,
Yeah, but there's no tanning bed for that though.
and I'm gonna tell you, even when it comes down to preferences, I'm always either like very, very dark skin or white. And that's just, and he fit one of them characteristics.
All right, I hear you. Your point is very well taken. Pastor Rod, what do you think, man?
Well, first of all, both of the ladies had very good observation, good. Just listen to what they said. So when it comes to settling, I'm like, I'm a church girl. I don't believe in settling. Period. Point blank. You know what you want. What you want is what you want, right? But also when it comes to the adjustments, I'm not saying adjust your standards, but there are things in your life that you may have to adjust when you are with someone. Because when you're with someone, you never really truly learn a person just like that. You learn something different every single day about a person, right? So you have to make up in your mind, with these adjustments I'm making, are they going to take away my peace? You see what I'm saying? Going to take away the things that I know that's a part of me, right? So that's when it comes to that standard part. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in that um, predicament. Now, one of the questions that I have to just really ask is, you know, with your settling, so-called the word settling or adjustment, or is it what you want, or is it what you really need? You see, in a person, everything we want is not necessarily what we need. That's the reality of it, right? I'm not 6 foot. No, I'm just a 5'10" brother, right? You gonna take me for what it is, right? Um, and it is when I my what I used to want back in the day, light skin, long hair, you know, petite, not necessarily skinny, not necessarily fat, but that's what I like, right? But the woman I married is nothing like that. Why? Because God sent me what I needed and not what I wanted. Right? I dated the light skinned women. I dated, outside of my race. But those were things that I wanted, but not necessarily what I needed to help me be a better man. So when we're looking for relationships, is that person going to better you? Are you going to better them? Right? So you don't want to put it this way, as they always say, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste yours. So you just have to lay it on the line at front, Front Street. You got to be honest, number one, with yourself, and then also be honest with that individual. You'll know within the first 3 months whether is going to work or not, right? So if you know it's not going to work, quit putting yourself in that predicament just because he's 6 foot, and got the bald head and the beard and got the muscles and all that, because it compliments you, right? And Jada, just because she got all that, she this, she that, she got a nice car, nice house, got herself together. Just because it compliments you doesn't mean that's for you. So that's my intake on it, man.
Okay, Pastor Rob, I hear you. But, man, listen. I'm glad you brought up the point that you brought up. Let me bring up my first exhibit. Let me bring up my first exhibit. Do y'all know this lady? Y'all know who that is? Rebecca Lynn Pope? Y'all never heard of her? Okay, well, let me give you the lowdown real quick. Rebecca Lynn Pope, she was a former matchmaker. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say she's down here in Atlanta. That's what I want to say. But 4 years ago, Rebecca Lynn Pope recorded this video of why she was quitting the dating game, right? Why she was quitting the matchmaking game. And the biggest reason was because a lot of ladies didn't want to adjust their standards, because what they wanted, or what they say that they wanted, it was just too much. But let's listen to what Rebecca Lynn Pope has to say.
Hello, this is Rebecca Lynn Pope coming on real quick. You guys know that I have been swamped lately, but I promised I would come on and just share my viewpoints on why women are many women, I'm not going to say all women, but many women are very, very unrealistic about their standards for men, dating, and marriage. So I'm going to give my opinion on this. And now listen, girls, I'm about to be very raw. I'm about to be very real. I'm about to just shoot it to you as just straight as I can, because I'm hoping that this helps somebody. Because as you girls know, I'm a matchmaker. And for a large part of the end of last year and beginning of this year, I stopped matchmaking. And the reason I stopped matchmaking is because I literally I can't handle female clients. I was a matchmaker that matched females, and I had a few male clients, but predominantly I was matching women. And listen, it was such a valuable lesson for me, because what I learned is that the average woman doesn't really want just a good man. She doesn't want a husband. What she's really wanting are these standards or ideas that she has of what a man is supposed to be. But this is nothing what men are. This is not realistic for who men are, how they think, what they value. It's just this preconceived, idea that women have of who men should be. But
All right, let's stop it right there for a second. Antoinette, what do you think about what she just said?
I personally feel that she's just rumbling, and I have no idea what she's talking about.
And why would you feel that way?
I don't know. To me,
Huh?
she the way I'm receiving her is literally just rambling, and I don't think she know what she's talking about because she probably single herself, and I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea because I'm waiting for the raw and uncut. But honey, I'm going to sleep.
Pastor Rob, what do you think, man?
I'm just like Antoinette, man. I'm not really understanding what she's really saying. And a lot of it is her opinion, from what she's talking about, right? Her opinion. And I'm like you, Antoinette. The first thing I seen when she was lifting her hands, I'm like, well, heck, she ain't got no wedding band on. She ain't got none. She need to be matching herself up with someone. So I mean, that's my intake. So I'm just a little confused on it. So maybe if we play a little bit more, maybe we'll get some understanding on what she's talking about.
All right. Well, Alabama Church Girl is on you, and then I'm gonna come with my thoughts. This is about to get good. Go ahead, Alabama Church Girl.
You know those late night infomercials that come on? Mm-hmm. And people are saying, wait a minute, just hold on right there. I'm going to show you such and such and such. And such. That is exactly what I heard. She's doing an infomercial. She said it like 3 times that she's a matchmaker. So I just heard her promoting the fact that she's a matchmaker. And she's been very busy. But she's about to get back into the business.
No, I believe she quit.
No,
I believe she quit.
What
but
I heard her saying.
Well, see, I would suggest that I don't think y'all really heard anything she was saying.
Because she didn't say nothing, JD. That's the point.
What I heard her say was the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And not
what
only
truth did she say?
The truth
she was busy.
No,
she's no longer matchmaking.
And I believe she was busy, right? I believe she got busy trying to find these Superman that did not exist that women think that they want. Like, I mean, let's just be honest.
JD,
all of the things.
Sometimes I think you hear what you want to hear.
No. Yeah. Apparently, I'll roll it back. But apparently, y'all didn't hear what this lady was saying.
You were supposed to laugh at my jokes, man. Don't make me feel like I'm not with it.
Listen. She said, right, that women's standards are unrealistic and that she couldn't deal with female clients because average women don't just want a good man, right? Now, what am I saying? A lot of women will say that he's got to have, I already alluded to this earlier, say that he's got to be 6 feet tall, he's got to make 6 figures, right? And he's got to have a 6-pack, right? Well, she ain't got a 6-pack herself.
JD, that's her fault. She shouldn't have average women as clients.
Y'all are really, really bugging tonight. Like, y'all are bugging.
So,
most people are average. What are we talking about? Most people are average. Most people are average.
Did say,
and most average people don't go to matchmakers to hook up.
Apparently, they are. Apparently, they are. Go ahead, Pastor Rob. Go ahead.
So she did say, she didn't say all women. She said some women, right? Are their standards are really, they're just way off bound, right? Mm-hmm. And some are, and not just women, but men too. We just can't just throw it on the women, right? Yes, all women say they want a good man, right? But what is a good man in their mind? You see what I'm saying?
Apparently they got it wrong, Pastor Rob. Apparently they got it wrong because they say they want a good man, but then they turn around and do something else. They turn around and say something else, and then they go get with the
Right.
poopies and the Ray Rays, and then they turn around and say, "Well, all the good
There
men."
you go. But see that's where I was going to go with it, right? You got, as you say, you got this scale, you got that scale, right? Of men and women, right? So that's what you have to realize. So you got, I hate to say it like this, but I just got, I'm just real, right? You got your hood chicks, right? You got your hood chicks that they want them a thug dude. That's just what they want. That's a good man to them, right? The dough boy. He may be making six figures. You know what I'm saying? But is it honest money? You know what I'm saying? So then you got your church girl, right? You got your church girl that grew up in the church, right? And daddy and the pastor told them this the type of man that you need. This type of man, already saved and already got this, got that, right? So a lot of it stems from what a person has been taught growing up. You see what I'm saying? What they've been taught growing up. And then a lot of it is what people see on TV. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it is unrealistic. Everybody's not going to make six figures. Every man is not going to make six figures. That's just something that women have to understand. Because there are some good men out there that may not have the best job, but he's good to you. You see what I'm saying? He's doing his best to take care of home. But a lot of them like, he don't make enough money. But that's a good man. He ain't out there stepping out on you. That good man that you're looking for may be the one to bust you side your head and all this other stuff. But you want him because he look good, right? He got the money. That's your standard, right? And then a couple of years later, I shouldn't have married him. I shouldn't have been with him. But no, that's what you wanted and not what you needed.
Yeah, I mean, I can get down with that, Pastor Rob, but my issue with this is the fact that most ladies, they know what would be a good man when they see one. Like you said, that's what they want and not what they need, but they keep going for what they need and then say there's no good men out there. And I want to change this narrative because I need the men to understand something. The first thing I need men to understand is that if you are hearing what women are saying, if a lot of them aren't willing to adjust your standards, then if you want to be in the same room with some of these women, you got to do better, right? But on the flip side, women, that's what we're talking about tonight. Yeah, we're talking about the women tonight. Women need to understand, right, that if you want a good man, a good, stable marriage, right, it's not always going to be the guy with the flashiness. You understand what I'm saying? It's not always going to be the guy that makes the most money, right? If you want a good man, let me bring my girl back.
This is not reality. Okay, so literally the standards here that I see consistently in women that stay single, do not get married, and the difference between women and wives is understanding, one, that men are not women. He's not going to be your best friend like your best girlfriend. You can't talk to him like that. They don't talk like that. They don't talk that much. They're not so sensitive and girly the way we are as women. So if you're expecting a man to be all super sensitive and so considerate and just so everything like your girlfriends, you're barking up the wrong tree. He's going to hurt your feelings all the time, or else you're going to feel like he doesn't communicate because you're holding these standards like he's a girl. I'm sorry. Leave that to your gay guy friends, or leave that to your bestie guys that talk kind of like girls. Your man that you're going to marry is not going to be like that, right? The second standard is this. You're comparing good men to, I can't say this, F boys. I'm just going to say it.
All right. That's where I'm trying to get to, right?
She's an infomercial all day.
Good,
I don't like her.
good men, good
Listen,
men.
I did marketing and
but
promotion for
but
6
see,
years. I know
but
what
see,
the game is.
but this was, a matter of fact, this was 4 years ago, mind you. Now, Antoinette, could it be that you don't like her because what she's saying is true?
Hell no. First off,
It's true.
no, it's not. Because let me tell you something. With me and mine, that's my best friend. He is my best friend. That's my rock. That's who I'm, because that's my partner. At the end of the day, who I'm laying with is going to be my best friend. And if that, for what? Why would he not be? But that don't
Now,
mean I'm going to sit up
I
here.
agree with that. I agree with
I'm
that
not
part. I agree
sit
with
up
that
there
part.
and be like, hey, baby, let me tell you. Because first off, I don't talk like that. We're not doing that. Okay? We're going to talk. I'll be like, babe, listen, let me tell you about this little mother sucker over here. Let me tell you what happened. Oh, we doing our 15 little minute brained up on how these people at work done got on my everlasting nerves, or what happened down the street, whatever. We're talking because we're adults. I'm not talking to him like he one of my homegirls or anything like that, because my homegirls gonna jump in. They do all of that. That's what your homegirls is for. But who you laying with, that's your man. And he gonna still be a man if you know how to treat one like a man. But if you sitting up there treating your man and talking to your man like that, then you perpetrating, and so is he. And he probably in them sheets with somebody else too. Call the spade a spade. No, because you're not gonna sit up there and say my man ain't my best friend, and then I can't talk to you about this, that, and the other, and then about them F boys. Okay, you already know what the business is. So then that means you wasn't looking for a relationship with no F boy, but you decided to stay in that type of lifestyle in that relationship because everybody has a different understanding of what good is to them, what is good for them. That's why there's different type of toys. That's why there's different type of relationships. That's why there's different type of circumstances, because everything ain't supposed to fit in the same type of puzzle piece.
Well, yeah, I kind of see your point there, but I I do agree that the one that you with, that does need to be your best friend. I agree with that. But just like Gabrielle White said, do you talk to him the same way you do your girls though? And I don't think that you do. Right? It's going to be some kind of difference there. But let's
It's a
move away.
different
Let's move away
infliction.
from that. Let's move away from that for a second. Let's talk about the good dudes versus the elf boys, right? Let's talk about that.
Different.
It's a big difference because
But I mean, for
men
that
up here.
person, no, I understand that. I understand the difference between my standards. But for somebody else, that could be good for them because there's somebody made for everybody, right? So they see there's somebody that's made for everybody. So just as much as there's F boys, there's F girls, and they gonna F along together. There's so much as high class women and high class men, and they gonna get high together.
Yeah, but see, what I'm seeing is, and what a lot of people are seeing is that men are moving away from the F girls, right? Men over here don't deal with F girls. You understand what I'm saying?
What's an
We
F
telling you,
girl?
hey, you go do that over there by yourself.
But
That's
what's an
not
F
who.
girl?
That's not who we trying to marry. City girls. Those are F.
City
Meg
girl,
the
because let me
Stallion.
tell you,
Meg the
okay,
Stallion is an F girl. The city girls, those are
when
F
the
girls.
doors close, I done taught Megan Stallion how to do what she do when the door is closed. So, I mean,
F
listen,
girl behavior.
that's right. Somebody
F
had to
girl
coach him.
behavior. We looking
That's
for
where y'all got
wives.
twerking from.
We,
Y'all got twerking from
we're
us.
looking for wives. Men are looking for wives, right? Not F
Not all
girls.
men, JD. Not all men.
Men.
Turn it off, turn it on,
Men.
turn it on again.
Men.
Men.
These caliber of men over here. Go ahead, Alabama church girl.
So You know,
Yeah.
I'm on my funnies tonight, so y'all bear with me, okay? I had a good day. I'm on an emotional high, so I'm just being a little silly willy tonight. But truth being, I really did work in marketing and promotion for some years, and I do understand the game. And she's run a game. I know you hear the outward conversation, but there's a whole nother conversation she's having. She is playing with your mind, darling. I don't want you to be fooled. So let me tell you something. First of all, she says she is a matchmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of your average men are going to matchmakers and paying them to find someone for them?
I know some.
JD,
I'm serious. I do.
your
Are they on
friendship group.
sugardaddy.com?
they're not
No,
they're
no,
not
they're
going
not.
to a matchmaker to find somebody for them.
Maybe not
Because
average.
honestly, JD, if
Maybe
they're
above
such a good
average.
man, if they're such a good man and they're really seeking a woman, she's right there. It's we know that
That's
women
not
outnumber
always
men.
that's not
We know
always the
that women
case.
outnumber men in this country. So she's there. So and if he's a good man, he won't have a hard time. Now,
Mm,
secondly,
that's not
secondly,
always true.
secondly,
Mm,
what kind of women are going to a matchmaker to be found?
there's several.
She,
A lot of professional
let me
women,
use
a
one
lot
of
of
your favorite
professional
terms.
women listen, a lot of professional women, right? That want men that are equal or above their level. Those types of women
So now
that
you answered my first question that you didn't want to answer before.
go
I
ahead.
JD, I know I'm no idiot now. The first question was, what kind of man is going to a matchmaker? Come on, let's say it together. A high value man is going to a
Yeah,
matchmaker to help him find somebody, right? Someone that you consider
yeah,
high
yeah.
value based on how much money
Mm.
they making in their bank account. Now, that's not my term, that's your term. So I'm going to use your term, okay?
I did not make that
Because
term
my
up.
high value man is high in morals. So he got high standards.
There,
He has
no,
high
no, no.
values.
See, it's a lot that goes into what a high value man is,
Okay,
right?
but we're not gonna get stuck there because
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna get started.
I'm driving to a point. Yeah, I'm driving
let's
to
move
a
away
point.
from
Now,
that for
the
a
type of
second.
woman that's gonna go to that matchmaker so she can be found by one of these good men. Miss Gabrielle, right? You right on the money, honey. Who's defining this good man? The type of woman that's going to a matchmaker so she can be found by this good man is someone who probably has a lot of aesthetic capital. She's a pretty person who really wants to be kept. And that's just it. And they probably don't have a whole lot of substance to bring to the table. She wants to be kept by a good man. And so when you run into those type of people, you're gonna collide with a lot of issues. So whatever this particular matchmaker is saying to me is of no value to me because I don't run them type of circles. First of all, I know what men that you consider high value good men. I know where they work and where they how they operate. Once you start knowing their patterns, you ain't gotta find nobody to match you up. You just go and be where they are. Go to the conferences.
All right.
Hang out at the golf club.
Let's pause for a second. Let's pause for a second. I want to hear from Pastor Rob. What is a good man? Let's talk about that for a second. What is it?
What is a good man? Well, number one, a good man is, I'm going to say, someone that can hold a job more than a year or two. Somebody got to hold, got to have some type of stability. That's number one. Someone that loves God. Uh, first of all, someone loves God. Someone that has stability. Um, Someone that loves themselves, have some type of character about themselves, some type of morals about themselves, and someone that's going to do whatever it takes to take care of their family. So to me, that is a good man. Notice I didn't mention money. I didn't mention looks. I didn't mention any of those things because those things can mislead a person, big time. The person that dress nice, that is flashy and all that good stuff, right? Because maybe they lose their job and that flash gone. You know what I mean? So that don't necessarily mean that's a good man. And money don't make you a good man. Let me put that out there. Money do not make you a good man. Because people out there that got money, some of the biggest dogs and hoes around, right? Because they know their money is going to get them pretty much try to buy them anything that they need, right? Um, but that's my definition of a good man. First of all, you gotta love God, right? And if he's loving God and walking the ways of God and has that character of God, then he's good, because God's going to make sure he has everything he needs for himself and his family.
All right. Now, I agree with everything you just said, Pastor Rob. Okay. Now, you said that being a good man does not necessarily include money, right?
I said it.
Okay.
I'm going to stand on it.
Antoine,
And I'm going to stick
Alabama,
beside him.
Alabama church girl, you said that too, right?
Yes.
Antoinette, do you agree?
I've said that before. I concur.
Let me tell you why that's cap.
Ooh.
Because the reason I say that's cap is because if a woman sees a good man, typically, not all, but most, in these modern dating streets, if they see a man, a good man like you just described, that doesn't have any swag, and making $40,000 a year, but then you see another man that falls in that F boy category that has more money, most women, not all, are going to be attracted to that F boy because of the amount of money that he has. You could shake your head all you want to, but it's true. And like what did you say before?
Ask
Because
the women
women,
on the line, JD.
because you
Survey the
wanted that
women.
one. Well, hang on a second. You said that most women, high value women, whatever, want to be kept, right? If a man can't afford to keep you with that lifestyle, then what?
I said the type of woman that's going to a matchmaker. She's
Okay,
trying to get kept.
a regular woman off the streets.
No, JD.
So you mean to tell me? Look.
Do you realize?
You mean
you
to tell
realize?
me, Alabama church girl, you
You
cannot
realize
tell
there's a lot of
me?
women out here taking care of men, right?
Yeah, maybe taking care of Pookies and the Ray Rays. We're not talking about those kinds of men. That's not who we talking about over here.
I just
You
have
mean
to
to tell
acknowledge
me?
the truth.
You mean to tell me that a woman that has her pick is gonna go with a good man over the F boy that has the cars, the money, all of the Jordans? You mean to tell me that most women today in 2022 are going to say, "Oh, well, you know what? That's a good man." Maybe later on in life, but not at the prime of their life. Then it's not going to happen.
JD,
Come on, really? In 2022,
JD.
really? Are y'all telling me? Are y'all really telling me this right now?
I'm one of them. That's why I can tell you. I ain't never had to hurt for no male attention. Never.
Take it away
But
from yourself.
I took
Take
my
it away from
in
yourself.
remarrying because I
Take
knew I didn't
it.
want an F boy.
Wait just a second.
No
Take it
matter
away.
how much you got
Wait,
to present to me.
wait, just hang on just a second. Take it away
So,
from
you know
yourself.
what?
Take it away from yourself, and let's talk in general. Because the community does not
But
include
that's what I'm telling you, JD. I'm
us
not the
on
only
this
woman.
panel.
I'm not the only woman, and I'm a girl's girl. So I hang with, I talk to, I am friends with, associate with a lot of women. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. Like, no, I will not subject myself to just anything. As the conversation started, most women that I know that are out here trying to grind and get something in life,
And what
they are
age are
not
those women?
settling
What
for
age
just
are those
anything.
women?
They don't want a F boy.
What age are those women?
They're in middle age, 30s, 40s. Some of them
So you mean to
tapping
tell
on
me?
50.
So you just said the key thing early on, right? Most women are going to choose the F boys and then try to get with the good men later on in life on the back end.
But even in
Y'all
my
can't tell.
20s,
Y'all
baby.
can't tell me. Y'all can't tell me that that's not true.
Okay.
It happens all the time.
You got all the answers about women. Although I'm
All
a
the
woman,
time.
I've been a woman all my life.
I wish I had my stop the count button.
You got all
I,
the
So,
answers.
I
so,
wish I had my stop the count button. Y'all are bugging.
so, so, real quick. I'm listening to everybody, right? Because this is some good educational stuff, right? So, in 2022, and even prior, I'm gonna say in the early 2000s, right? 2000s, I'm in my prime, right? I'm in my 20s, right? Just had hit 20, in 2000, right around 2000, 2001, just hit 20, right? So then, when I lived in Miami, just to be honest, I stayed in Miami a number of years. So a lot of questions that women used to ask. Number one, a lot of questions they still ask: where you work, what type, what kind of job you got, right? Some ask how much money you make a year, right? People want to know that because of they just want to, make sure it's meeting their standards, right? I get it. It is what it is because you got some women, not all, some that are paper chasers. They're just some of them are just gold diggers. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're there just to get what they can get out of a person, right? And I know we're talking about women, but you also got men like that too, right? Just to be honest, you got men like that too, right? But you got women who just look for money or look for what a man got. The one that got the nice car. Cause I be back in the day, I had me a Cutlass Sierra, right? That's what I rode in, right? And there were certain women that I used to try to talk to, you know, they may bypass me and go to the cat that got the newer car or, that's bumping with the rims and the music and this and that, right? Not necessarily mean he was a F boy or a dough boy, but but Alabama church girl, that was their mentality. You see what I'm saying? Because in that time frame, they were in their 20s too, probably. So you got to think about age bracket. Someone that's in their 20s, that's what they're looking for. Some of them, right? Even some that's in their 30s, possibly still are looking for that. But as you get older, hopefully, they begin to change. They begin to mature. So it's all about maturity to a certain point. Now, some women may not grow up. That's just how they are, right? And you got some men. That's just how they are. So it's a maturity thing. It's a way. It's all about the way a person thinks. I'm just gonna put it that way. It's about how a person thinks, man. But you got your gold diggers. You got the ones that want money. In 2022, they're the exact same way. You know why? Maybe because their mom was like that. You see what I'm saying? And then you got some women, they're not looking to get married. They don't want to get married. So,
Mm.
they just want oh boy. You know what I'm saying? They want to be in a relationship like a basketball, bounce from one to the other. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. So it is what it is on that one. So we as men have to be wise as well. You see what I'm saying? Use your wisdom, use your common sense, and know, okay, ain't gonna bounce that way because I see what she's about.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, men, fellas, y'all see this comment on the screen? Get in the gym, son. Good guys get in the gym, son. Yo, Tina Love said too many good guys don't go to the gym. Ah. And that's part of what I want to say to the men too. If y'all are listening to what these ladies are saying, get your money right, get your body right. be the best version of yourself, right? But I want to move away from Rebecca Lynn Pope for a second. And I want to bring up, let's see, what do I want to bring up next? I want to bring up exhibit number 2, right? And this is coming from Kendra G. And we're going to see what Kendra G has to say. I want y'all to pay attention to this, all right? All right, here we go.
Alexandria Thomas, and my Instagram is TTTime2022. It's TTTIME 2022.
And there you have it. All right, baby, keep me focused. Keep me updated, baby.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye. Before I go any further, let me address some comments because I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of whenever I have to have a direct moment with a woman, Kendra, you're being insensitive. You're making people feel low. Don't watch my show. If that's how you feel, do not watch it. Because when I have a man up here, there's nothing but women. Actually, let me talk about this. I have a guy on my Facebook page right now who's in a jacuzzi. And there are so many women in the comments saying he's gay, he's this, he's a sissy, he's giving me feminine vibes. You women don't have any problems expressing yourself when it's something negative to a male. But let a woman come up here and we have to have a real talk moment. All of a sudden, I don't like this show because I feel low. You don't like this show because your ass don't want to take direct criticism. And you know what? That's why your ass is going to be watching me as long as I do the show. And you ain't going to get a man because you're not strong enough to woman up and maybe realize there's some shit you got to get together. Okay? So I'm really done with the sensitive women that watch the show that are always complaining when I got to give a woman real talk. And I do it in the most sensitive way as possible. If you guys ever notice, it's exhausting. It really is. So I don't want you to watch my show no more. If you feel as though I'm making someone feel low, this show ain't for you. Go do something else with your Saturday night, with your Friday night, with your life. Because I'm over it. Especially when women are literally more mean than the men on my show. Go to the comments on my page. It is 80% women saying the negative things. I'm over that shit. So if you guys can dish it, learn how to take it. And it's that simple. I'm not going to sit up here walking on eggshells, talking to women when they got crazy shit happening in their lives because you guys are so freaking sensitive. Woman up. Maybe it's time for you to do something in your life and kind of get your shit together. Have you ever thought of that? Absolutely. There's men up here that got crazy shit going on. I talk to them every night. But guess what? Y'all in that same pool at times, but y'all don't want to admit it. So I'm over it. So if you feel as though I'm insensitive, I'm mean, and you can't handle it, my show ain't for you, boo. Go somewhere else. I'm over it.
What do y'all think about what Kendra G had to say? Anybody, go ahead.
I think she was well within her means to say it. And I think she said something powerful too. If you can dish it, be able to take it.
Antoinette, what do you think?
I love everything about it. I was here for it.
Pastor Rob,
Totally
what do you
engaged.
Think? She hit the nail on the head, man. You know, if you dish it out, you should be able to take it. It is what it is.
Now, I say this because the reason I wanted to play this clip is because this just goes to prove everything that I say, right? Or at least everything that I've said tonight. First, we saw Rebecca Lynn Pope talk about women's unrealistic standards. Now we're hearing Kendra G say some real talk about women not wanting to woman up and take accountability, take responsibility, right? She says that 80% of the mean comments come from the women. She says when she has to hold the woman accountable for something that they say or something that they have going on this dating show, that it's a negative response from the women, even when she does it in the most sensitive way possible. Okay. Point number one: is it really the tone that matters, or is it what's being said? Whether the tone is harsh or whether the tone is soft. Okay. Is it really the tone? Point number two: is it really settling or is it reality? Because let's just be honest, most people are average. Okay. And if you ask most average women, they don't want to be with an average man. Most of them want to be with high earning men, right? Most of them will look over the good dude, right? A good dude with that's making average money to chase after the dude that's high earning, right? So is it really the tone? Is it really what's being said, or does anybody want to be held accountable at all? Which one is it? Because we can't have it both ways. Pastor Ryan, what do you think?
I'm just looking at these women's face, man. They just they got me.
Hey.
They got me rolling down. So here's the thing: it got to be accountability somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to hold people accountable. I can easily say, because I say it all the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I say that a lot. But in this case, I mean, people got to be held accountable for certain things. So, like I said, people going to want what they want. People going to like what they like, regardless. You see what I'm saying? So women, however, women going to do what they want to do. Not all women, you know, it's you got certain women. So you got the ones that are going to always chase that money, right? You got the ones that's going to be looking for that good. Well, put it like this: are going to be waiting for that good man to find them, right? Because the big problem is the women are too busy out there looking. Stop looking. Stop looking. Allow him to find you. Allow him to find you. Stop looking. You know what you want. You know what you need in your life. Allow him to find you. Because if you put yourself into the right position where he can find you, then guess what? He's going to find you. Wherever you are,
Yes,
he's
he
going to
will.
find you. So
Yes, he will.
and that's the thing. And don't be complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like Alabama Church Girl, you said you got yourself out of your comfort zone, right? You were looking for black magic, but guess what? You didn't get black magic because that wasn't what God had for you, right? You stepped outside of the box. So that's the problem. A lot of females and males are in a box. Get out the box. If you want to find, if you want that good man to find you, get out the box because he cannot find you in that box whatsoever. Get out the box so he can't find you, right? I mean, some of the stuff that you like, guess what? You got to let it go. You see what I'm saying? You got to get out that box and leave that stuff behind in order to get what you actually need. So that's my intake, man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Alabama Church Girl, go ahead.
So I'm puzzled and perplexed because I hang out with some fabulous women, some fabulous females. Some are married and some are single, but all of them are go-getters. They are grabbing this life by the horns and they riding this thing like this is my show. you know, and you know the partner that they get is going to have to be someone with that same mentality of life, that I'm grabbing life by the horns and I'm going to ride this thing to the wheel fall off. But I don't know where you finding these girls. They ain't women. They got to be girls. I don't know where you looking, because And then I don't know, some of the ladies in the comments are shocking me too. Because what ladies y'all know? Because the girls that I know, the women that I know, they don't play them games. They're not waiting on a man to give them anything. They really are not. Because honestly, these girls got some hefty pocketbooks.
Well, see, the issue with that, Alabama church girl, is the fact that your friend group does not represent the majority.
But that's the thing that I'm saying, JD. Like you get to choose who you associate with. You know what I mean? You don't have to, like you up here
But
down there.
what
You
but
don't
what
have
I'm
to look
saying, what
down
I'm
there.
saying, access to those types of women is a lot different, right?
So,
And
but
that's why I try to tell men that they need to level up and do better, right? But
so that's what
the issue of it
Pastor
is
Rob just said. Get out the box, because
your
there's
okay, look,
several degrees
your
of
friends,
separation between us.
okay, your friend group, right? You can't, if a guy that's just starting out, right, that maybe was a Pookie and a Ray Ray, okay, tries to step to one of your friends, he's not gonna have a shot. I mean, let's just be honest.
No,
What I'm
not a Pookie
saying
and a Ray
is
Ray.
your friend group does not represent the majority. Outside of your friend group, the majority is what we're talking about. A lot of women that will go for the F boys and choose the F boys, whether he got money or whether he don't, right? Over the good men, and then get later on in life and say, well, I still don't want to settle. They can be 50 years old, right? And say, well, I haven't found what I'm looking for and I'm still not going to settle. Isn't it time by now to adjust your standards? Maybe not settle, but adjust your standards. Okay, well, he checks off XYZ on the list, but he doesn't make $100,000, but he makes 70. Or, okay, yeah, he's not 6 feet tall, but he's taller than me. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? You literally have ladies that are out here saying that I refuse to settle. If you don't make six figures, it's a no-go. If you are not 6 feet or better, it's a no-go, right? But how many times over and over again have they passed over somebody that could have potentially been a husband because of ridiculous standards? And you're not just hearing men say it, you're hearing ladies say it too. Shall I bring up Exhibit C? I think I should. I have another exhibit, y'all. I came ready. If y'all can't tell, I came ready. April Mason.
We talked about April Mason.
Yes, we did, and we're gonna talk about it again tonight.
We talked about this particular clip.
We talked about this exact clip, and we're gonna talk about it again. Why am I closing my dating academy and getting out of the business of helping women in this way? The same reason why I closed my matchmaking service in 2013. Let's listen to what oh, my bad, Antoinette. I got your face covered up. We're gonna go back to that. Let me start that comment. Okay, let's see what April Mason says. She says, after 10 plus years of helping women in this area, she's in the Atlanta area, okay? It's time to move on. I have had dozens of success stories from women who now married, engaged, or dating high caliber men. My track record speaks for itself. However, the majority that come to me have unrealistic expectations, the selfishness, fake everything, think they should be chosen because they have WAP and good looks. The entitlement, just mean not knowing the difference between being a woman and a wise woman, and will fight you to be strong, not knowing how to be versus do. Thinking being a feminine woman is weak or pick me. Then she says, whatever that is. Placing the blame and not taking responsibility or accountability for the choices they made in men. Wow. She says more. Being disagreeable, defensive, argumentative about everything. She put that in caps. Y'all know what that means. Always finding something to nitpick about. Looking for perfection. If you mention anything about doing something kind for the man they choose, it's the what is he going to do for me, and the list goes on. Now, this doesn't excuse men's behavior. It absolutely doesn't. A lot of men think because they are high earning makes them a high value man. Not. I have just made my contribution and impact in this area for decades to come. I've sold over 50 courses, and now she's selling the stuff. Okay. So, Antoinette, I see the look on your face again. What do you think about what April Mason said?
Unrealistic expectations sound like excuses, which are tools of the incompetent. So if you are basically seeking out a partner that angers you or brings out the just the bad parts of you, quote unquote, where you're defensive, you're angry, etc., that ain't your person, because your person is going to provide you peace. And personally, I believe that sexual health is the best health to wealth and success in a relationship. So if they all just sleep together and everybody get all them cobwebs on out of there, then they could focus correctly and find who their partner is. They could actually have these conversations and figure out, is this going to work or not? I mean, let's just keep it simple. All of this is just extra. She's been in the game for a decade. Okay, yeah, it is. It's time for you to move on. It most definitely is time for you to move on, because a lot of people are basing their relationships on materialistic expectations. And when you are just basing things off of materialistic things, those materialistic things could blow up in a fire, it could drown in the river, whatever. It's not going to be forever. But your relationship, your energy, your bond is. That's a lifelong commitment to your memories, to your actions, to your behaviors. And that's what would have to change on anything. This is just crazy. I just all these little agencies, get yourself out there, speak with people, tell somebody, hey, how you doing, and start that conversation. We've said this from the jump since last year. When was last year? What year is it now? 2022. We said this since 2021. Get your butt out of there. Get out your comfort zone. Say, hey, boo, how you doing? They don't speak to you. Okay, keep it pushing. Speak to the next one. Put a little flower in your head and call it a D.
We surely talked about putting out that leg, JD.
We did.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But now, one more thing I want to point out, and we're going to move on, and we're getting short on time. But she says being disagreeable, defensive, and argumentative about everything.
And that's not your person.
So
she said
wait just a second. So if that, she said the majority.
Yeah, she
so
said
if the majority is not your person, then what are the men having to choose from?
These are people
Not
who
Atlanta.
are going to a matchmaker. That's not the majority. Most people do not go to a matchmaker to hook up with someone. But what she did point out was that the women that she's coming in contact with believe that their beauty gives them privilege to do and say and act however they want. And that's the same point that I was making earlier, that the women that are going to matchmakers only have physical capital. They only have their beauty and their aesthetics as their capital. That's all they bring to the table. So they got to go find somebody to help me find somebody. I look good. But when you got more than that, you don't need anyone. When you can hold a conversation on your own, you don't need anyone to help you start a conversation, just like Antoinette was just saying.
They need therapy, not a matchmaker, a therapist.
And a
I can
life
agree with
coach.
that. I can agree with that. Definitely therapy. Pastor Rob, what do you think? What do you think about what April Mason said?
And actually, I blew it up and read it some more, man. Just to be honest with you, um, uh, as Alabama church girl said, those that feel like they got this, they got that, their beauty is going to allow them to get whatever man they want. Put it like this: the people with money ain't the only ones going to these dating people. You got all these different dating sites that's out now that people are using as tools to try to find their mate or whatever they're looking for. There's lower class, upper class, middle class, everybody. There's so many dating. You can wake up in the middle of the night. They got the little stuff come on the TV. Dial this number. And blah blah blah. You can meet someone, but we need to take it back old school, man. They need to just go out like we used to back in the day. And as you guys said, they don't. A lot of them can't hold a decent conversation with a man, or decent conversation with a female. Why? Because a lot of them are married to their work. They're married to their money. They're married to the lifestyle that they're living in. So all they really don't want a wife or a husband. They just want somebody to just kick it with every now and then. To just be real. A lot of us just kind of looking for a little hit or quitter every now and then. If they want to holler, they're not looking for real love. You know what I'm saying? Looking for that their significant other. They're just wasting money. You ask me. So I'm not. And then even with those women that say they got it going on, some of them feel like they can talk to men any type of way, belittle men, right? And especially if you got your one that don't make the six figures, but she does. You see what I'm saying? She may have that mentality. Oh, nigga, this is my money. You know what I'm saying? I make all the money, so you gonna do what I say do. Blah 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 blah. This and that. But then those type of women is not all of them, but some of them stay away from them because they're gonna be single for the rest of their dang on life until they get it together. And it is what it is, So, and if anybody's on here still watching, don't do the whole going to somebody to try to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? Go out. Go make yourself available for him to find you. And I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again. Make yourself available for him to find you, and not on no telephone, not on the internet. Not going. Trying to have somebody to match make you. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Go to church. You may find you a good woman. You know what I'm saying? You may go find you a good man. Go to church. There's plenty of them in there. You may go to a bar. There's some good men in the bar. Alabama church girl said, go to a conference. It's stuff out there. Go to entrepreneur conference. You'll find somebody out there that may catch your eye. And then you can strike up a conversation. So I get what she's saying, but I just look at all these women that's saying they're doing all this coaching, and now one of them got a ring on their finger.
Amen.
Neither one Neither one. And ain't neither one of them said anything about how their rate of relationship has been. Neither one of them. So, I mean, how can you tell me what I need to do and hell you single? It's just me. You can't tell me and you single, right? So, get
I
out
said,
there and
preach,
find you somebody.
preacher.
That's all I can tell you. Find the right person. Find that good man. Go out there, make survey. He'll find you. But please, Lord Jesus, don't waste your money on somebody, and they ain't got nobody. They're trying to show you how to get somebody.
I hear you, Pastor Rob. Your point is very well taken. Listen, y'all, we're getting short on time. Alabama Church Girl, did you want to say something else?
I'm just amen. And I just said, make sure you don't wear a sweatshirt like this, girls. No. That's the time you put the girls up, show a little leg, and then have a conversation. Look cute.
Antoinette, what you got for us before we get out of here?
Go to therapy. Find yourself.
That's
And then
always.
get some. And then also, if you got to sleep around to get your mind right, do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah. I hear you. Therapy is always in order, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Mental
sure.
therapy, sexual therapy, all that. I digress.
Yo, we have had an excellent conversation tonight, and we might have to come back and do a part 2. Y'all, I had one more exhibit. I didn't have a chance to get around to it. But that's why I say we might have to do a part 2. But listen, if you like this video, if you got any value out of what we said tonight, why don't you go ahead and share this video, like the video, let everybody know what we're doing over here. We're just trying to have a conversation to get some more, somebody said retail therapy too. Huh. I can dig that too sometimes.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, don't max out your credit cards. Yay, that's what I'm talking about. Team wife in the building. That's what's up. But yeah, y'all need to share this video, like the video. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for watching. Put your comments down below and let us know what you think about the subject. And if there's anything else that y'all want to talk about, please be sure to let us know. Y'all good? Y'all got anything else to say? We good? We good? I think I'm good, y'all. It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. Till next time.